It's like,
Is
really?
that recording a wall? That's 100% recording a wall. Why don't you flip that for me?
What's your phone? What the fuck I look like? I got COVID, bro.
You have?
Yeah. Nope.
Don't mind. I'm just sitting here shopping. That's cute.
You are.
Yeah.
He's literally
Yeah.
we're recording a podcast and we're gonna stop it.
Yeah. Why not? Oh, this is so cute. Do you want to buy a new pair of platforms or new clothes? 'Cause I really need some new clothes. Because, like, I kind of wear the same jeans over and over. It's so comfortable. It's my favorite. But I just ordered a new pair. And they come in tomorrow. And I'm, like, so excited. And I ordered some cute turtlenecks.
Well, enough about that. Why don't we just go ahead and start this show, guys? What you're talking about. So why don't we just welcome everyone to this episode of Young, Dumb, and Confused. I'm Hunter Van Houten, your humble host. We've got a busy show planned out for you with a couple new segments. And all of you sports fans, make sure to hang out after for a special bonus segment that'll get you ready for all the games coming up this weekend. Now, without further ado, let me introduce my two charming hosts, Sean Berringer and kind of Borf. Oh, it do.
So he butchered my last name.
I'm going to continue to do it.
No, you actually said it right this time.
I
But
know.
last time you butchered my last name. This time you butchered Makenna's.
I didn't butcher it. I just said it the correct way. Borf.
Okay, Stid.
I don't know who that is. I don't even know who you're talking about. My name is Hunter Van Houten.
We have a
Esquire the
professor
third.
at Vincent's, which is where we go, and he calls me by my last name, and he goes, Borf! And I'm like, what? Every time. That's what they call me in high school, because they called me Barf or Borf, like a dog. And I'm like, oh, you guys are hilarious.
You act like that's not a better nickname than what he gave me.
What? Oh, Van Hoo Hoo?
Yeah. Because, Van Hoo Hoo is just great. And then again, now Sean actually has his own for me also. What do you got, Sean?
Van Hoot Hoot.
But
Hoot
it
Hoot.
just keeps getting
Hoot
worse
Hoot.
and worse.
Worth and
But,
worth?
it's a strong last name, so of course people want to make fun of it. So,
Yeah.
Van Houten, you gotta take it down a little bit.
That's
because,
what we want to make fun of it for.
Exactly.
Not because
exactly. Strong last names. So, how's everyone's weekend? Did everyone have a good Halloween?
I had too much fun.
Yeah? What'd you
I had
do?
way too much fun. I went to Muncie, Indiana, because one of my friends goes to Ball State, and it was me and a few friends from here. We drove up, and we partied. There's only 4 of us. We partied, and it was a lot of fun. And I got drunk, and I cried over a cat because she's so fat. And I'm just like, and like it was. Oh, I have a picture. I wish I could show you a picture. But like, this cat is like 40 pounds, and I sat there and I cried because she came up to me, and I was like, I love this cat, and they were like, shut the fuck up.
For all those
just a cat.
wondering what the cat looks like, we're going to go ahead and post that on our Twitter and Instagram later when we drop the episode. So make sure to like and follow all our Instagram and social media sites.
Her name is Lila, by the way.
It's Young, Dumb, and Confused, at Young, Dumb, and Confused, right?
No, on Twitter it's at dumb and _ young. And then Instagram should be young
Young-
dumb confused.
So go ahead and make sure to give us a like and follow on that stuff. We'd really appreciate it. And you're going to see a fat cat, so I mean, you can't really go wrong with that, right?
Exactly.
Can you? This is kind of an off-topic question. Can you actually adjust your tag on Twitter? Does anyone know?
You mean
Yes, you
like
can.
your
It was
username?
Yeah, it was auto-generated for us.
Yeah, we totally can. But I mean, it's kind of too late to do it now since we just plugged it.
That's fair.
So kind of gotta roll
Yep,
with the punches
and
now.
now we're young and dumb.
Yep. Young, dumb, and confused. Who's young today?
I'm feeling pretty young today.
Yeah, why are you feeling young?
Why am I feeling young? I don't know. I'm feeling really good today. I got some extra sleep last night. After I watched Akira at like 2 a.m., but I didn't have class, so I just slept in.
Nice.
Ooh, how was it?
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll save that for
We'll
the
talk
about it later.
Okay, I'm
segment.
excited. I'm so sorry.
Exactly.
She's trying to get
I'm
ahead of herself.
ready. I'm so ready.
Well, does anyone have anything they really just gotta get off their chest or vent about, or?
Why is clothing so expensive? Like, I'm sitting here looking at a pair of platform heels, and they're $200, and I'm just like, why?
Who are they made by?
Current mood.
I don't even know who that is.
It's like a local brand from this site, or like a punk site I order off of. And like, why is women clothing so expensive? Like, one of these shirts on here is like $200, and I'm like, why?
Looks like you're shopping at the wrong place.
Well, I mean, I'm a little bougie. But
Well, see, then how can it really
well, like,
be?
it just like makes me mad because like back in the day it cost like a penny. Now it's like, oh, you gotta pay.
Oh
pay,
yeah.
like, an arm and a
What were
leg.
you buying? When back in the day was it
Yeah, I was
costing a
about to say,
penny
when were you
for
buying
an
something?
article of clothing?
Ask my great grandparents. Wait,
Oh yeah, so what, like the 1800s?
Probably, yeah.
Didn't even have pennies back then.
Rough.
It was a copper.
Ooh.
It was a copper.
It was a copper?
Yeah,
Okay.
or a gold coin. You know how it goes. Back in the medieval times.
What's the sickle? Or what is it from Harry Potter? The gold coins, the sickles, and
Oh, the Canuts, galleon.
galleon.
Yeah. Gosh, haven't thought about Harry Potter in a long time. J.K. Rowling got canceled.
Yeah.
She
yeah.
weird.
Pretty
She
bad.
big weird.
Oh my gosh, what she did to that franchise.
Yeah, which kind of stinks. And I actually saw that somebody wrote a basically a mocking book about Harry Potter where it's like the trans witch of whatever, and it just basically does everything that she is now against, and it's kind of, I don't know, I guess it's
That's
doing really
fucking
well.
hilarious.
A lot of copies.
That's
I wish I
A1.
could see this. I want to read this now because I'm just interested.
Hey, well then, I guess we've got something to read and look forward to the next podcast. Maybe I'll do a little segment on that next time to get you guys.
Well, what if we don't read?
wizarding. Then you can listen to the audio podcast.
But what if
I'll
I'm
read
illiterate?
for everyone myself.
Okay.
Are you
So-
gonna
well,
read our next
Yeah,
episode?
the next episode is just gonna be me reading that book. So make sure you get your warm blankie and glass of milk.
But I don't like Harry Potter.
Well, this is a parody,
Wow.
so you'll be fine. You like comedy.
Okay. That's better.
How can you not like Harry Potter?
It's just too mainstream. Like,
Oh, so you're one of
literally-
those people.
I am. I don't like Star Wars because
She's
it's
a
mainstream
hipster.
and it's boring. And I just don't like.
Wait,
I don't like Star Wars.
what do you mean it's boring?
I just. I don't, the
He
story
only
did not
watched
intrigue
the
me.
beginning, the 4, 5, 6. So
And then I watched.
456 was a masterpiece.
Yes, but
like it.
back in the, I mean, it is kind of boring. If you're used to movies nowadays where
Okay,
it's
that's-
CGI and bright lights and crazy stuff going on, then yes, you're
Well,
not
it's
gonna like those movies. Like, it's just
I mean,
not.
I can understand why it was popular back then because like that was like new to everybody. But
Yeah.
now I'm just I'm like obviously like kind of like what Hunter said. It's like we've seen it before, but like the story just does not intrigue me at all. It seems very basic to me, I guess.
That's fine.
So that's really why I don't like it.
I feel solo here. I love Star Wars. Everything about Star Wars.
Oh, I don't know about everything.
Okay.
I mean, there's definitely
Yeah.
some
Okay,
bad,
there are some bad things.
unfortunately, because it would be great if that series just like didn't get killed. Thank God for Mandalorian.
I haven't seen it.
Haven't seen any of it.
Not a bit.
Oh. Season 2 just came out, bro. Come on.
I know. I don't have Disney Plus, so that's
Relatable.
part of the reason I have not seen it.
You can get the free trial.
Kirsten's got Disney Plus.
Well, then why
I'll
are
probably
you?
just steal it from her.
Why are you even? Why are you here? Why are you saying these things?
I don't know what you want from me, Hunter.
I want better. I don't want you to apologize. I want you to be better.
I want.
Oh, she's over there still shopping. How
I
about
always
that?
shop. I'm
Take
sorry.
it back to the beginning.
Wait. So, how do you have money to shop? Like, I'm so broke.
Do you remember whenever quarantine happened and Trump was giving out that money for unemployment? Yeah, I got that money.
So did I.
Yeah, I did
It's
too. And that was
gone.
gone in like a month.
Well, I saved up because my parents were like, you should probably save up for that. And then I also applied for a job at FedEx,
Mhm.
and because FedEx like paid like 15
Yeah.
an hour, I
insane.
was like, so my tax return's about to be fat. I'm excited. So I'm so ready.
Yeah, tax is gonna be fun.
Daddy
Oh.
Biden, don't let me
We'll
down.
leave that for later. I don't know if you should really talk about your tax returns on air.
Oh shit.
It doesn't
You
matter.
get audited.
Okay.
You're about to get audited by the IRS.
They were like,
Going to jail.
Look, if you report everything, it doesn't matter.
No, but you're gonna report it wrong because it's kind of.
Oh.
I probably would. Honestly, that would be my fault.
Mm-hmm.
IRS, please don't come after me.
You're gonna be the next Wesley Snipes.
All right. Well, we've got a new segment this week, guys. I don't
Yeah.
know if you guys knew that. I kind of just came up with something. So, it's called hobbies and stuff. I figure,
Hobbies and
we
stuff.
figure out something that you can do besides something people normally do. Like, I over the weekend started doing a paint by numbers,
Oh,
and let me tell you, it's a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be. First off,
Because you got a one piece painting.
I did. Okay, yeah. Go ahead. I'll let that out. I am a very big One Piece fan. I am a One Piece stand. I
oh
might say.
God.
I don't know what that means. So okay.
You mean stand, not stand?
No, I don't.
There's
I'm a
difference.
JoJo stand user
Oh,
in
okay.
One Piece.
Okay, Jotaro.
I don't
We're
know
using
what
all
you're
these
talking
anime
about at all.
references. I know.
We're talking about
Anyways, I got it over the weekend, and I literally spent 12 hours Halloween because I have no life and no friends, so I just sat at home and I just painted. And it was honestly the most therapeutic and like relaxing thing I've done in like years. And honestly, I was pretty happy.
So let me just get this straight. You drove what 4 or 5 hours home
Mhm.
to sit in your room
Well, not my room in the kitchen.
in the kitchen, much better.
Yeah.
In the kitchen and paint by numbers
Mhm.
on a Halloween.
Yep.
And then forget your mic 5 hours south.
Yes, I did. Well, not my mic cord. I had my mic.
Oh, just the mic
Yeah,
cord.
just the mic cord, the
Oh
very
my-
important piece. So we were actually supposed to record Sunday morning, but in my infinite wisdom, I messed that up. So it's cool. Things happen. We make mistakes. We move on, but obviously someone didn't move on, so had to bring it up,
Yeah.
belittle me in front of everyone.
Yeah, sorry, I'm salty. I
can tell.
I hold grudges.
Hi, Salty. I'm Hunter. Nice to meet you.
Oh damn.
Wait, are you a father?
You just got dad joke, bro.
Wait. Do you have a kid out there that I don't know about?
Yeah, you want to know his name?
Yeah.
He's nuts.
Got
aren't
him.
you hilarious?
And let's just get back because
Okay,
I'm
so-
gonna keep doing bad jokes if you don't stop me.
Okay, so hobbies and stuff.
Yeah.
So you did a paint by numbers.
Yes.
I find that the most tedious thing in the world.
Let me tell you, I really didn't know what to like look forward to for doing this. I just saw it and thought it'd be a fun waste of time to do it. And there are very small little dots you really got to fill in there for some of it. And I mean, God, I like I said, I spent 12 hours and I think I've got maybe an eighth of it done. I mean, it's like ridiculous how big it is.
That's the next thing we're posting on Twitter, right?
Yes, we will also be giving you a good
Or
picture
Instagram,
of that.
rather.
So our
Makenna.
social media
Oh.
rep will totally
Not be late this time.
exactly and totally
Yeah.
shout us out and everything like she's supposed to.
That's
I
your
usually
job.
do that. Didn't I do that last time?
Yeah, but you were 2 days late.
Hey, that's part of being young, dumb, and
right, somebody was
What,
confused. I
what?
young, dumb, and broke. Wow, young, dumb, and confused.
No,
Just
Young
prove
Dumb and
that.
Broke
We're about
is
to
a
get
song.
copyrighted.
Yeah.
Yep. Go ahead and take us down now. Sorry about that.
Delete,
Yes, that's
please.
the end of this podcast. Have a good
Delete.
night.
That's
Please.
it. We're done.
But anyways, I've got a little bit of a checklist, a little something that if you want to do one, then these are some things you might want to do. So what I did, all the paints are numbered like 1 through 24. So I would try to keep them all in order because I'm kind of a neat freak, and you never want to lose a color because some of them look pretty similar. So it's always good to have them all organized. And then one thing I forgot: when you paint, you need a cup of water. It
You've
cleans
got a
the
cup of
brushes.
water?
You gotta get a cup of water.
What were you just painting with? Like
So
just
I
kept dipping the
just-
brush into different.
I just, it's been, I don't think I've painted since like 3rd grade. So, these are all things that as an adult I have forgotten and now have remembered and I'm passing on to you.
Can I use colored pencils and not paint? I don't like paint.
Yeah, but then what are you going to do with the paint they send you?
They send you
You
paint?
do. You get 24, like I said, I got 24 little canisters of different colored paint.
You mean you don't have to go out and get your own paint?
No, they send it out to you. I think I paid $30 for all this, and it's a 40 by 60 canvas picture that you're painting in. So, I mean, once you're done, you can get the whole like wood frame made for it and wrap the canvas around it and staple it and make it all look like professional and shit. So, I don't know. I think it's worth the money, and
Yeah,
if
for
anyone's
30
out there,
bucks, yeah.
that's what I'm
The
saying.
canvas is worth more than that.
I mean, considering I'm gonna probably spend like, if I'm doing the math, it's gonna take me like 50 hours to complete this thing, which really stings because like, who wants to spend 50 hours on something? But
Apparently you do.
I guess I do. Yes, exactly. So
Are you
I
still
think
shopping?
It should be really fun. What'd you find now, Kenna? Go ahead and bring us in. Did you find some more
I'm
combat
trying to
boots?
find like so like those little furry like jackets, like not like the actual like fake fur jackets, but like the ones that are like
Like the boots with the fur?
no, not UGG boots.
So the
but,
apple
like,
bottom jeans.
I'm sorry.
You got that whole
okay.
club looking at her?
So like the furry like the little sheep
Bah.
there's little sheep fur.
So you're saying you want to be a furry?
destroy humanity if that ever becomes a thing. No,
So you
I
just
do-
want to wear a sheep on your outside?
no, it's trying to. I'm trying to think of the name, like the fake like sheep fur that you can like get at, like Walmart.
Sure.
No,
Move
I have
on.
no
You
idea.
know what I'm
what
talking
you're
about.
I have no idea, but move on.
I'm trying to find one of those in like a maroon. color,
Why?
Because why not? They're comfy.
She's just all about style over
It's
here.
also fake fur, so like it's fox fur.
That is horrible.
F-A-U-S.
Fox fur?
That's faux.
Oh, is that what it's called?
No.
Oh.
I thought you were about to say it's fox fur, and I was gonna
be like, yeah, how is
strike
that
you
fake
down.
fur
No.
if it's fox fur?
No, never. I love animals.
Yeah, enough to kill them and wear them.
No, it's
I
what,
wonder what all those
Oh.
boots. What are those boots all that you made out of that you buy?
vegan material.
Oh yeah,
They
yeah?
are actually. Yes, I make sure that they're cruelty free.
highly doubt.
I promise.
Highly doubt.
You can look at the box.
Where the box?
I have it in my room.
Box.
If you want to see, I had to censor myself. There might be children listening. Actually, fuck them kids.
It doesn't
I don't
matter.
care.
I do not.
If you're still listening to this, kids, get the fuck out of here. This is adult time.
Fuck them kids.
Yeah.
Can't stress it enough.
Yeah.
Okay,
That
I'm
was
paying.
a real quick turn. By
I'm
Makenna.
paying attention now. I
she's-
promise.
okay. Next time you hear some click clacks from her keyboard, just know she's searching up Birkin bags or something.
Birkin
Yeah,
bags?
she's trying to get Birkin bags.
What is that?
You've never heard of
Birkenstocks?
No,
Like the sandals?
No. So you know how there's Gucci purses, right?
I have
And
five of those.
Chanel purses, right?
Sure.
You
Chanel?
want to guess how much those about cost?
Chanel's my girl, so like those cost around like $400 typically.
Chanel purses.
I love her. Love that.
Are around. Let's see here. I had it just pulled up. Where did it go?
See.
Let's see here.
See, here I am just making great radio here. So you
Radio?
can get a Chanel purse for about $7,000 if you want like
Seven-
the high dollar one.
What?
If you want the high dollar
Yeah,
one.
if you want a real nice one, which I mean that better be made out of like baby cows or something. I don't know what kind of leather you're making with that, but it better be like
Cows?
the most premium leather ever made. Now, let's go ahead and check out how much a Birkin bag costs, because that's the real thing. Now, I guess that's what women are asking for.
A
Like,
Birkin
yeah, like
bag?
the rich women are asking for.
Good thing I'm not rich.
So, you want to guess how much it costs?
I'm gonna say 10,000,
Higher.
100,000.
Well, it ranges. The cheapest one is $40,000, which is basically like a car.
That's some Yoji Yamamoto
Either
shit.
that or you you could literally buy a car for that amount. Like who the fuck is going to spend that much money on a bag?
You could buy a whole ass Mustang with that
That's what I'm
shit.
saying. Do you want to know how much the most expensive one is?
Over $1 million.
$500,000.
Really?
$500,000.
Why the? That's like so.
It literally makes it better. Like I don't know what it's made out of. I don't
And they're called Birkin bag.
Birkin. Birkin.
Hold on, I'm looking this up for myself. Mom, if you're listening, I guess you got something new.
I guess what they say is that one of the reasons why these bags are so pricey is that they're handmade. It takes highbrow craftsmanship and attention to detail to make them. In a
Ew, they're
sense,
ugly.
yeah, they're not even that cool. So I don't understand how you can like justify costing like $500,000. It literally makes no sense. But that's the new thing for all the rap people out there.
You
So,
say the rat people?
well, just like anything. I mean, if you are listening to rap songs, everyone's rapping, oh, I got my Gucci or whatever. Now,
Got my Birkin bag,
exactly,
yeah.
everyone's gonna be talking about give me that Birkin bag, which can't relate. I don't know. You're a girl. You like purses. What's up with purses?
I hate purses.
Oh,
That's why I
are
carry
you
around
sure
this
you're a
little-
girl?
I don't know. Am I?
I don't know.
The world will never know.
Possibly.
I don't know. Like I typically half the time I just carry like my wallet around with me because like on a lanyard. That's it. I don't really like use anything else. I don't really see a need to like carry a big like endless pit of a purse.
Exactly, because I feel like most of those they don't even have like dividers or anything.
They
good
don't.
Exactly, so it's just bad stuff.
And it's just like I don't know. Like why would I want to waste like my money on like a big ass thing that I could literally just carry around my neck
Exactly,
for like $5?
weird stuff. Weird times. I don't really understand it, so this kind of is what it is.
That was a very random, off-topic conversation.
Well,
Maybe
I mean,
not
it's just
six.
one of my friends had brought it up to me, and I thought it was quite interesting that fashion and things like that just kind of escalate and just
Do you
keep
know
going.
this? Do you know this is the second time we've talked about fashion in 2
Well,
weeks? We
Well,
talked
it's a
about
very
clothing last
fashionable,
week.
it's a good thing to talk about.
That's fair.
I like to consider myself a very fashionable person. Sometimes depends on my mood.
You want to put that hood up now or what?
I will now.
Just to be fashionable.
Just to be fashionable, yeah.
Gotta match my hood. Got a Neff hat on because I'm cool. Ain't nobody mess with Neff.
Is that what it's called?
It's
Any
called-
other-
that was a
Enough?
Neff
Neff? Neff.
brand.
beanie. Is it not a beanie?
It is a beanie, but it's a Neff beanie.
You just called it a hat.
You did just call it a hat.
It goes on my head.
You called it
Is
a,
that it?
but
Wait,
it's a
wait, wait.
beanie.
Is that the qualification for hat?
What's your definition of a hat?
It depends on the type of hat.
The things that
Oh,
rappers
yeah?
wear. The rappers and like sports people wear.
Rappers
Ma-
can
and,
wear
like,
beanies.
And my 70-year-old grandpa, he wears those. Not beanies, hats.
Yeah, but a beanie can be a hat.
I'm none of those things.
Oh shit! I just totally forgot you were wearing a hat.
I'm literally wearing a hat right now.
No, actually, that's a snapback. It's not even a hat.
I guess.
Yeah, so you got him.
I thought only ghetto people wore snapbacks.
Maybe I am ghetto. You don't know my backstory. You don't know my life.
Yeah, you're right.
I can't see it. You can try all you want with that. And
Oh
try
no, I'm
nah.
spoiled rich.
I was just kidding about
Not
that, by
really.
the way.
I'm not rich at all.
Anyways, that was that's hobbies and stuff, I guess. I don't know how we
Sure,
got off
that's what
topic
it
there,
was.
but paint by numbers. Go out and get one, because why not? And it came from Japan, so I was really scared to open it because I was like, I'm gonna get COVID from opening this shit. And I
It
swear
wasn't
to
from
God,
China.
That's not how that
I'm
works.
aware, but it's real close to China. Shut up. Another foreign country that you're getting something from. Yeah, I said foreign.
Cointree?
Anyways,
Cointree.
I had a brief
All right.
moment where I thought opening the bag, something flew out and hit me in the face, and I got really scared.
It was a rat. Or no, it was a bat.
Can
Bat
you
soup?
get COVID from packages?
No.
I was gonna say I didn't think so.
No, not a chance.
I just opened it and I was like, here's all this, air from another country stuck inside this bag. I'm gonna die now. But here I am still. Somehow, still breathing.
Okay, so now I want to get into how about this? Because you made us watch a movie, McKenna. This wonderful movie.
You seem very
No,
angry.
I'm not. No. Also, that was stop recording.
You're really good at your job.
I know. I'll fix it later, and I'll show it who's boss. So you made us watch Akira,
I did.
and first off, I want to say that before I let you talk about the plot, when I was looking this up, for some reason, my mind thought that this was Alita, the movie that came
like
out.
the Battle Angel?
Yes.
No.
That's what. Okay, when you were suggesting this, I was like, okay, I can see it. But I was like, you were talking about how it was brand new and stuff like that. And I was like, it came out like 2 years ago, didn't it? Like a year and a half ago.
No, it came out in like the 80s. Akira did.
No, Alita.
Oh, Alita?
Also, were you wanting us to watch the 80s version?
That's the only version.
That's the only version.
There's a 2020 version.
Was it the dub of Akira?
What did you watch? Are you sure you watched the right thing? I don't know if you watched the right thing, buddy.
They literally, because I did research on this because I was going to bring that up during this. So the Akira,
The one
It has-
with the red bike.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's from the 80s. But there's a revamped dubbed version. That's when you watch. That's probably
no, it wasn't dub. It was sub.
Oh,
It
really?
was from 2020?
Oh, because they probably revamped it.
I guess maybe they re-released it in 4K. I didn't hear about any of that.
It looked really good. It didn't look like it was from the 80s. I can tell you that.
If you do a good animation and it's hand drawn, it it can look like anything. Like it's a Miyazaki. That's how I feel about him.
I don't know who that is.
He creates Studio Ghibli. This is not
Oh.
a Studio Ghibli movie.
Oh, I'm aware, but I'm just saying, like, it's.
Also, I want to point out that when I typed in Akira, it pulled up sexy dresses, cute crop tops, and so
oh,
many
yeah, 'cause
shoes.
that's actual store. That's store stuff.
I have no idea.
So you watched the right movie.
I think.
I guess we're about to find out when he tries to explain the plot here in a couple seconds.
Well, so you mentioned red bike, and that's it. So that's what I watched, was the one with the red bike and the weird. I was very confused. Okay.
Did you watch it on Hulu?
No, I watched it on YouTube because it's free on YouTube.
Because that's why it says 2020. Because did you what channel did you watch? Do you remember what channel you watched it on? Well, because there was this channel that uploaded a thing that said it was so funny. This happened a few months ago, and it was totally not the Akira movie, but a slime tutorial, and it's just the Akira movie in sub. I don't know if it's still up anymore because it probably
It's
got
still
copyrighted.
up.
Is it really?
It-
That's
it-
hilarious.
So on Rotten Tomatoes, Akira 2020 is a strikingly bloody and violent, but its phenomenal animation and sheer kinetic energy helps set the standard for modern animation.
But it did. What?
But
Akira 2020. What? It didn't even come out in 2020. Okay. Oh well.
listen, it was.
Hey, you don't make the rules.
I'm pretty certain it was the movie that you asked me to watch. And first off, this should be able to tell you.
Did it look like this first?
Is Canada freaking awesome or what?
Kaneda, I love him.
He's
Yes.
freaking awesome.
Kaneda's my boy.
Okay, so before we go any further with this, explain us the plot.
Okay, so the plot is it takes place in 2019, but 30 years ago, the a singularity, which is a nuke, uh, fell on Japan because the Japanese people and the government were at war with each other.
Yeah,
Kind of
wasn't
like
it like World War Three?
basically, yeah, basically,
It
yes,
said like 20 years after World War
yeah,
Three or
20 years
something
after
like
World War Three, and so after that whole thing happened, they rebuilt Tokyo and they called it Neo Tokyo, and around this time, three kids called the Espers started gaining they came out and they had like psychic powers because of
Right.
everything that was going on. The main villain, quote unquote, was Akira because he wanted things to go his way, and he was kind of like people were like worshiping him like God.
Right.
So he wanted things to go his way, and he basically destroyed Neo Tokyo, and they had to rebuild it. And he disembodied himself because he was being um experimented on by all these scientists and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Okay, so from what I saw of the movie at this point, was the explanation they said was that scientists tried to study his body after he died,
Yes.
and the last thing that they got from him was his like brain. It was all of his like nervous system.
Yes.
and they
Is that
split it
where
up.
like like floating up in the air and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Whenever, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Tetsuo, which is one of the main character in the movie, who, yeah,
Ends up becoming the main
ends up becoming,
antagonist.
yes, and how he gets these powers is through a motorcycle crash from one of the Espers, and then the government's like, oh my god, Akira, and then it's just a whole like shit show. That's literally them trying to like save Kaneda and this girl he falls for named Kei, and they like try to save him, and in the end it's Kaneda versus Tetsuo and Akira. Did you understand the ending at all?
Not really.
No. Okay. So
Okay.
I also have the five mangas or
I
whatever
assumed
too.
you had more research on this. That's why
I
I was
did.
gonna wait until
Yes.
this to start asking.
It's like
questions.
4 or 5 other it's something. I have the first two, and so at the end of the movie, you know how he just disappears.
Yeah.
He goes into another universe.
Right.
to
That's
start-
what I assumed
Yeah.
because they were talking about how it was. They would be back,
Yes.
and they talked about how not Tetsu, Kira's powers were it might have been what had started the universe.
Yes.
And the doctor at the end was like it seemed like the Big Bang.
Yes. So he literally goes in and creates another universe, and Akira in that universe and Tetsuo are God and Jesus, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So
But what about the 3 kids?
they just go on to continue living life. That's literally it. Like,
In the different universe?
yeah,
Okay.
literally. Like, I just, yeah.
Okay, so I'm watching this and I've never seen anything like this. It's the first experience of this that I've
Is
seen.
this your first anime movie?
Yes.
Really?
Oh,
Good
Absolutely.
choice.
Pop
Good
the cherry.
choice.
I was watching this going, oh my god, it's graphic. So freaking graphic. I was not expecting that.
But was it good?
It was confusing. I thought it was good.
See, this is
Okay.
why I think he'd really like Princess Mononoke.
Heck?
That's a Miyazaki movie. It's one of his more graphic ones. It's very bloody, gory, but it's such a good story that it's like, I don't know. It sounds like you'd really like it if you liked Akira because of
He'd
the
also
violence.
like Spirited Away too.
I've seen Spirited.
The one with like the that's No Face, right?
Yeah. I've seen. That's the only one I've seen. But it's been so many years. I don't remember. I don't
Right.
even remember the plot to it. I just remember I
Classic.
watched it. I remember there was a bathhouse scene or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
They're in a bathhouse the whole
Yeah.
time, basically.
Yeah. So that I remember that. But Akira was very weird. I enjoyed it for the plot, but at the same time the plot was confusing because
They couldn't fit the entire plot into the movie. There's way more
okay,
to it.
That's what I was sitting there thinking as I'm watching this. I'm just going, what is going on?
Yeah.
Like I feel like there's pieces missing, and the entire time up until like an hour and 30 minutes into it, they don't even explain what Akira is. Akira, I can't pronounce
It's okay. A lot of people can't.
Akira, but they don't even explain what or who it is,
Mhm.
and then like all of a sudden he's just like. He just pops out because these 3 kids asked
Yeah.
him to.
Yeah,
Basically.
because the 3 kids they all grew up together and they were like best friends.
Right.
Until,
So from what I got from the quick flashback was that Akira was sick
yes,
and they were doing tests on him,
that's how we gained the power.
Right. And then suddenly these 3 kids they started doing tests on as well, and they
Yes.
kind of like were feeding off of Akira's powers.
Yes.
That's kind of what I got from that. And then you said that Tetsuo got his powers
From hitting the Esper. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask,
Yes.
because I thought it was because they were doing experiments on him.
So he originally got him from the Esper, and like they were starting to like come up a little bit.
Okay,
And that's when the scientists were like, "Yo, we gotta like get this kid." And then
so they just glossed over that completely.
yeah, it's just see that's what
All of a sudden he was inside of
the little like testing thing. Yeah.
That's what I assumed was giving him his powers, was they were testing it on him.
Basically, and like yeah, so like through the experiments, and since like he had Akira's powers, because they were basically like literally transported in him, they had to give him like the pills, and he wouldn't take them because he didn't want the power to be controlled. He wanted to literally be God.
Yeah, they mentioned medicine, and I was like, what medicine are they giving him? Because I never saw at any point, except for the one time when he was, when he tried to escape with his girlfriend, who ended up dying, and they just never talked about.
Yeah.
He like ends up killing her, and then she's like never brought up again. And
Is that when he morphs?
yeah,
Oh, poor Cowdy.
yeah.
She didn't deserve that. Hunter's probably so confused right now.
Oh, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm
I was about
just,
to say
you know-
he's seen this.
Yeah.
Who watched
You
it?
seen Akira?
Yeah, I'm just letting you guys have your
like
conversation.
that was the entire reason of this.
I was
entire
just more I kind of compare it to Ghost in the Shell. I don't know if you've seen the Ghost in the Shell
Nope.
movie, kind of.
I've seen a little bit of it. Do not watch the live action. It's horrible.
Oh yeah, Scarlett Johansson ruins it. But
yeah.
the original anime movie came out about around the same time as Akira. So, and it kind of does the same thing where it just doesn't give you all the pieces to the puzzle. So you got to watch it a couple times to then be like, oh, now it makes sense.
And I remember, so my first time ever seeing Akira was my friend Walker from back, my high school friend from home. We went to go see it at the IMAX theater downtown, Indy, and it scared the absolute piss out of me because like the screen's so big and it made everything like around me just like, like
right.
overwhelming. And I was just like, oh my God, like this shit's like intimidating. And like at the end of the movie, I loved it. It's probably my favorite movie right now, actually.
I don't know. It was good, but it was weird too, because I was like, where is he getting these powers from? Like I never felt like it explained where Tetsuo got his powers. I never felt like it explained his motivation.
Mhm.
Like obviously the quote unquote motivation for Tetsuo was him just being angry that he getting beat up all the time.
Yeah, he didn't want to be a baby.
Right. And so that kind of drives the motivation for, why he becomes a bad guy, but not for why he's upset at Akira.
See, yeah, that was kind of confusing too. He was, oh God, this explains it more in the manga. I wish I could like show you, but I don't have the books with me, so that's why I'm like, oh my God.
Just explain it as best you, because from what I watched, if the viewers out there watched Akira as well, which we encourage, if we're talking about or recommending a show that you haven't seen, go ahead and watch it. That way you can kind of be a part of these conversations as well. And you can see if we're asking the same questions, and if you have questions of your own, be sure to leave a comment and we'll go through and read them, try and answer those questions as best we can.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was reading or watching it, I was just like, I don't understand. I really didn't understand. Like, there was a scene when he was in the hospital bed and the 3 kids were, I guess, just like,
messing with him?
Yeah, trying to screw with him. I didn't know if they were trying to kill him or what
They were trying
was.
to test his powers with Akira's powers, basically. And
The 3 kids were?
Yes, and Tetsuo is kind of a dick to begin
Yeah,
with.
he
So
is.
like they were kind of doing it as like a way to bully him and to also like test the powers at the same time.
Okay.
Were you gonna say something, Hunter?
I was just whenever you guys are done, I just wanted to be like, give it a review out of how many red motorcycles,
Oh my God, 10,000.
10,000 out of 10,000.
I
mean, we got to do it out of something. Out of how many red bikes?
Let's go 10.
Yeah, obviously
I
it's
was
gonna
gonna
be
say.
10.
I don't know why he picked 10,000.
I know, because I was trying to be a smartass, but
I don't know. Having never seen it before and having it being my first anime, probably about a 7. I think there were plot holes, especially. I don't even know if the version I watched is the same version that you've seen.
I watched mine on Hulu, so like, and it was in dub, and the dub is so much better than the sub.
I didn't watch the dub, and I feel like I should have, because I was reading the subtitles the entire time.
I think you need to rewatch it and watch the dub.
Because I was reading these subtitles and going, what am I looking at right now?
Yeah.
It was a
So
little hard when you got to read. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I didn't mean to interrupt you. So I have to. So could you see like any like modern like comparisons to like how people like I don't know like I'm trying to like, describe like how what we talked about last time.
Okay, so what you're referring to is like specifically like the riots and stuff.
Yes.
Yes. As not specifically from Japan. I actually, if anything, I could relate it to the situation going on in China right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's like these people are just wanting to be free. Like there's a government controlling. At one point, they go into government military lockdown.
What is it? Hong Kong? Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Hong
Yeah,
Kong.
yeah,
Right now, yeah. Real life world, Hong Kong, yes.
But like at one point in the movie, they go into military lockdown where the
Mhm.
colonel's just like, "You don't understand what's going on. Only I do." And he goes and arrests the members of the council after they try and arrest him. And he like, it's martial law. It's literally martial law is what he puts it on. And
Well, you know the main reason behind the Hong Kong protests right now, correct? Like, do you realize why they are protesting?
Isn't it because like
So Hong Kong used to be owned by the British,
right,
Mhm.
and then the British left and let them rule themselves. But what the Chinese mainland people want to do now is be able to extradite any criminals. If you commit a crime in Hong Kong, you stand trial in China mainland. And everyone in Hong Kong's like, if we step foot on the mainland, we're never coming back.
Yeah.
So their whole thing is they're fighting for their lives because they
Right.
don't feel safe and they could get taken away at any moment.
right, and that's kind of where I was thinking it was going from. I didn't know the full backstory, obviously, but uh, I think it's.
Oh
I
yeah,
really do.
totally.
and like what kind of like got to me was like so like you know how like all like the Trump supporters are like a cult almost like you know like the part in Akira whenever they're like, oh my god, it's the god Akira, the great.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
kind of like
yeah.
what I like kind of saw too. Like I could see like I don't know. There's
I
just
don't,
like
I don't know if it's specifically Trump supporters.
Oh, yeah, but,
And
like, just,
I
like-
don't want to make it political like that.
Yeah.
I definitely know that there's people who look at political figures right now, no matter what side you're on. They look at political figures, whatever they support, and they say this is the best person in the world, and the other person is the devil.
yes.
And it's not that black and white. And I think that's what people misinterpret. It's simply just not that black and white. It's never going to be.
No.
And I think that's something that people struggle with right now is they say I'm right, you're wrong. There's no gray area, and life is. I sound like my parents right now because they've been preaching to me my entire life. It's not black and white. It's gray. Life is gray.
Oh, you mean how like I see things in real life? Colorblind.
Mr.
Imagine being
Colorblind
colorblind.
guy.
Imagine. Just imagine.
Okay, so yeah, like 7 out of 10 is what I would rate it. Because
7 out of 10 what?
red bikes.
There you go. There you go.
And it's because of the plot holes. I feel like there was a lot of missing.
I think you should go back if you have Hulu. If not, I'll give you my
I
Hulu.
do
login.
have Hulu.
You do have Hulu?
Well, I'd steal it, but yeah.
Watch it in English. It's so much better in English, and I think it would give you a lot more. Because
Yeah.
especially since that was your first anime and you watched it in Japanese, like I don't know, I'm a little biased because my first anime that I watched was in English. So I don't know, just subtitles aren't bad. Don't get me wrong. But like,
so
yeah.
out of 10 red bikes,
Yeah, what's the Kenna score?
oh, it's my favorite movie. So 10 red bikes out of 10 red bikes.
I mean, yeah, she did say
I'm
like
surprised
10,000.
She didn't say 11. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just break the
Hunter?
scale. Yeah,
Well, what are your thoughts on the movie?
I basically agree with what you're saying. I mean, it's a little difficult for a first-time watcher. It's one of those movies where it leaves you questioning, so that sends you back to be like, let me watch this again, and like, what the heck did I just watch? You know, like, what is this?
Yeah.
So that, like I said, it's a little bit like Ghost in the Shell, where you just kind of get thrown in there, and they start throwing things at you, and you're like, what the hell is happening? Like, you're just
Right.
getting mind fucked because it's like, whoa,
There's
holy
just
shit,
a lot going
yeah.
on.
And I don't know. I'd probably say it's about like 7.5 red bikes, just because I want to have a higher score than you.
That's fine.
7.5 red motorcycles out of 10 motorcycles.
The motorcycles were sick in that. I really enjoyed that.
So I'm gonna spit a little fun fact.
Okay.
It was actually I know I said this last time. It was all hand drawn, right?
Right.
And so like you know like how like the lights like stayed after.
Right.
What they did, they actually flashed the light into a camera and they dragged like the lighting.
Oh, okay.
Guys, like I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain.
Yeah,
but I
no,
watched
no,
the whole
no,
like,
it makes
video
sense.
with it,
As someone who enjoys camera photography and stuff like that, that's an awesome
Mhm.
technique.
and it's considered a cult classic because in Japan they were like, oh my god, like this is gonna be the future.
Oh.
And
And now look at us with CGI.
and now look at it.
Boo.
And, yeah.
Send me back to anything hand drawn. Hand drawn, anything is great. Like if you watch, you don't watch any anime movies because this was your first one. If you watch any fighting anime nowadays, it's like hand drawn all in the beginning, and then they get into this big fight, and then all
And
of
it's
a
all
sudden
CGI.
it's
Watch
CGI.
Watch JoJo.
That does it too, though, where it's like it'll just be hand drawn, and it'll be all cool and everything, and then there'll be like some slow mo fighting, and it's like whoa, and it's
Like,
all CGI
yeah.
and it looks blocky, and like
Right.
they try to make it 3D, and it's like why change?
Yeah.
That's what irks my nerves. It's grinding my gears.
That's what grinds my
Yeah.
gears.
Off topic, but it is what it is.
That makes sense. Okay, so since we're on this topic already, Hunter, you want a suggested show for next week?
Yes.
Or
So
movie rather.
this one is a classic. It was made by Monty Python. If you're not familiar with the Monty Python group, they are a group of comedians from overseas, over yonder, over the pond.
Over yonder.
And they made a lot of movies, did a comedy show for a really long time, kind of a cult classic. But what I'm going to suggest today is Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Is that the first one?
That is the first movie they made. Yes, they made.
Is it?
Go ahead.
Tis but a
Is there an order to the movies?
You don't have to watch them in any particular order.
Okay.
The only ones that I think are any good are Monty Python and the Holy Grail, The Life of Brian, and then the other ones are kind of just meh. They're not bad. It's not the same. You know what I mean?
The only one that I've even heard of, I think, is Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I know there's more
Mhm.
because I know there's a huge following for Monty Python.
Exactly.
Never seen him, so this should be interesting. What should I look out for?
So, with this movie, it's just comedy left and right. Great wordplay. It follows the story of King Arthur as he goes about forming the Round Table. What do they
Yeah,
call it? The
Round
Round Table.
Table.
Yeah, Knights of the Round Table. There you go. That's the word.
This is the one with the
so
holy hand grenade, right?
This does have the holy hand grenade in it. Yes, and there's a evil rabbit and a dragon at one point. God, there's countless challenges that they must go through. But
I've seen the evil rabbit scene.
yes.
I love that scene.
it's like I'm telling you, this is probably like grade A comedy, like best there's ever been. Not any better. So it follows each cast member. They all have their own story where they go do their own little adventure, and then they kind of convene at the end again, trying to find the Holy Grail.
I love the ending.
Yeah. So
Great.
this movie also kind of does some breaking the fourth wall. Like at the very beginning for the title sequence, there's just all kinds of hilarity that ensues because there's somebody working the teleprompter or whatever, and he just starts typing all this stuff for translation, and it's a little fun.
You're giving, just from never seeing the movie and hearing your description, I'm getting Robin Hood Men in Tights vibes.
Yes, it's very Mel Brooksy, but of course this was before Mel Brooks'
Right.
directing career and everything.
Right.
But it's just great comedy.
Okay. Well, that I'll have to watch it.
Yeah, no, definitely. Have you seen it, Kenna?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I've seen it so many times.
So basically, this is a hey Sean, go watch this movie and tell us what you
That's
think.
That's our
what this
segment.
segment is,
Hey
yeah.
Sean, go watch this movie.
We should change it to that. Yeah, get a little drop and everything. You know, hey Sean, watch this.
Well, okay, yeah,
You don't have anything to do with your life, right? You don't got anything better to do, right?
I'm okay with it because I'm so behind on any kind of pop culture. There's so many movies that I didn't even watch Terminator until this semester.
I've never seen a Terminator movie, so don't feel too bad.
Wow.
I don't know where to watch
Well,
it.
I claim to be someone that's super into sci-fi, but I don't know half of the sci-fi movies out there.
Well, because you're probably
Of the
more aware of the
popular
more
ones.
mainstream sci-fi.
No, like I've never seen any of the Terminators. I've never watched any Alien movie. I've never watched any Predator movie. I haven't seen Rambo at all.
Rambo's
That's
not
my favorite
sci-fi.
movie.
Well, yeah, but
In like 5th grade.
Action. What do you
Yeah,
What do
I
you
know.
think? He's an alien?
no.
Just a hardcore robot can't kill.
I mean, look, the guy can carry how much? How many bullets?
That's because John Rambo is a beast.
That's fair. But yeah, like I haven't seen a lot of the. I just started learning about H.P. Lovecraft, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And like Harlan Ellison, Star Trek, that stuff. That was super interesting when I learned about it this semester. But I didn't know like half of what sci-fi was.
Yeah. It's like I said, there's definitely a lot more mainstream sci-fi. There's a lot more non-mainstream sci-fi. Is what I meant to say. There's a lot of like low-budget
Right.
things that you like. No, you're never gonna hear about unless you actually go search for it.
And that's been a lot of what this semester was for me because I'm taking a science fiction through philosophy class, which Hunter took last semester.
And I failed.
Did you actually fail?
Because I dropped that. Okay, COVID happened, and I was like, I'm not doing this class online. You can't make me. And then I
It's
did.
so easy online.
Yeah,
Don't you just watch movies?
Yes, that's all I do.
I couldn't.
And I literally mute it and go, okay, I'll watch this movie later. That's all I do.
And there you have an A+ student here.
But like, is the professor
Take notes,
cool?
kids.
You can't?
Yeah.
He'll talk your ear off.
Yeah. That's also another reason why I didn't like it, because he'll literally just like go off and get on a different topic and just keep going. And you're just sitting there like, what does this have to do with anything going on in the class?
To give you a reference, the class is supposed to end at 9 o'clock. It goes from 6:30 to 9 o'clock on Mondays. He will talk until 9:45, and then he'll look at the camera and go, well, I gotta go. I know that you guys want to keep talking. Half the class has already left. The other half of us has just tuned him out and like have him on mute. And he'll just go, okay, I know that you guys want to keep talking, but I gotta go. And we're just like, wait a minute. Wait. We thought we needed to stick around because we thought this was going to be on the test. At least that's why I'm there.
So is it like a bunch of nerds in a class together? Is that it?
Brock's on it.
Wow.
Oh, Brock Pelham?
Using the N-word over there, huh?
Nerd?
Yeah, how dare you?
Didn't you call me a nerd last
I
time?
did. It's for me to use, not for you people to use.
You
for you
people.
people.
Yep, there it is.
These are the jokes, folks.
Ah,
Okay,
I'm going.
so yeah,
Watch Monty Python on Holy Grail.
I will.
We're gonna see how many Holy Grails out of 10 Sean will review it next week.
My next question is because next week it should be also, it shouldn't be Holy Grails, it should be Holy Hand Grenades.
You don't make the rules here, I do.
That's fair. Have you guys seen? Oh gosh, Ready Player One.
Yes.
Are you trying to workshop for what movie you're gonna suggest to us?
That's
Why don't
exactly
we do
what
that
I'm
off air instead of going through all the movies that Ken and I have seen because we're movie
Well,
goers?
that was the movie that popped into my mind, and that's why I was wanting to ask.
Have you
real
read the
quick.
book?
I haven't.
Yeah.
I want to, but
Big
I
fan.
haven't.
Completely different story. If you didn't know.
No, I actually
it really?
didn't know that. I read the
Completely.
synopsis of the book
What's,
after
like-
the movie.
So what's in the book?
So the book is a lot more hardcore version, and every key is
Mhm.
different.
Yeah.
And every challenge is a lot harder. There's
Really?
basically, you know how you got to find the 3 keys and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You can basically do 3 different challenges for just 1 key.
Yeah.
Yeah. So getting the key is one challenge, then finding the gate is another challenge, and then going through the gate and completing whatever mission that is.
Here's a
another
spoiler. Doesn't the little kid die in the book?
challenge. No.
I
What
thought
little
he
kid?
did. I thought he got shot.
Shoto?
I think so. Yeah.
Daito.
The younger one, Shoto, the samurai, the one that doesn't talk.
Shoto. No, that's Daito. No. What?
The samurai.
They're both Asian, yes. You're talking about Shoto and Daito, yes. One of them dies.
Yeah.
In both.
One of them didn't die in the movie.
You sure about that?
Certain.
Spoiler alert, make sure to go ahead and beep this out for me, Sean, because, whew, I didn't mean to do that.
I already announced that there was gonna be a spoiler.
Yeah, well, we might as well just, like, kind of just beep that. Make them try to guess about what I'm saying. Just beep, like, the names.
Just everything.
No, just the names.
Just the names.
Yeah. So you'll hear Daito and Shoto, but you'll actually just hear beep, beep.
Beep.
Yep.
With, like this little sensor beep for like a
Exactly.
solid 5 minutes.
That's great news right there. Great radio.
I mean, it really doesn't matter because like, how long has the book been out? It's been out for a
Been out
while.
for a while. But a lot of people, I mean, you didn't even know there was a book, Kenna. You hadn't read the book. I mean, it's just
Oh, okay. I didn't read the book, but I read the synopsis because I love the movie. Like, I absolutely
you
loved
cheated.
the movie, and I was like, I want to read the book. I want to see if there's more. I wanted to know if there was more. That was the
a lot
biggest thing.
more.
And there's nothing after it though. The plot is relatively the same.
What do you mean there's nothing? You know Ready Player 2 is coming out in like a week, right?
What?
Yeah.
The book or the movie?
The book. Ready Player 2 by
Okay,
Ernest
then no,
Cline.
I didn't know that. That's that. So see, when I looked it up when Ready Player One came out, I didn't. I looked up.
Oh,
to
the
see
book
if
just got
there's-
announced June?
Okay, but I went to
maybe
see it
July?
opening day.
Same. Hell yeah. The movie
So-
was
Did it come out-
best.
did it come out this year?
No, last year.
I thought it
No,
came out,
it
like,
came out
last
last year.
Could have been 2 years actually by now.
Ooh.
'Cause I saw it with my ex, and I've been single for 2 years now. So, yikes, I'm getting old.
So that
Boomer.
you were not the
All right,
only
you
one
boomer.
here.
Boomer.
Yeah, go-
2018.
Go get the cocoa.
It actually did come out in 2018 with a box office of $175 million.
It's a good movie.
It was insane. I love that
It's
movie.
just all the Easter eggs.
The Easter eggs were my favorite part.
But I'd say the Easter eggs are a lot better in the book. Like they just do a better job because it's a book and you can explain things more.
That's right.
And like he literally gets what's his name? Ooh, don't tell me. Never mind, tell me. Tell me if you know. What's his name? Wade
I don't-
Watts. There it is. Because his dad thought that's a superhero name. Anyway, Wade, he gets like his own moon and like planet and everything. And has his own like stronghold and just everything in it's just a lot better. Check it out. Check out the book if you haven't read it.
Wade Watts. You're right. 100%.
Well, I know I am because I'm Hunter Van Houten.
What's his screen name? His
Parsival
Percival. That's what I thought.
with a misspelling because the other Parsival would already been taken. That's kind of funny though because that ties in with Monty Python and the Holy Grail because Parsival was a part of the Holy Grail search and he's actually in this movie.
Oh, that's insane.
How about that?
How
We
about
tied
that
it all
reference?
together, right? Just to end the segment, we got it
How
all
about that
together.
segue?
Yeah.
Okay, so next is gonna be
Today, Junior.
how news should be. All right, Hunter.
That's right. So, as some of you know, news in today's day and age has become murky and biased. This leaves the American people confused. That's why we here at Young, Dumb, and Confused want to give you what we call news the way it should be. So, we're currently recording this on November 4th and have been stuck in limbo waiting for the 2020 presidential election results. As of right now, let me just check just to make sure because I got my phone open. I don't want to, give you false information. Still sits at 264 for Biden and 214 for President Trump. But we're just waiting on Nevada, Pennsylvania, and Georgia and North Carolina to finalize. Oh, and Alaska. I always forget about Alaska. It's kind of just off there to the sides.
Alaska's gonna.
It's only like 3 electoral votes, so it really doesn't matter.
Oh,
Because
you hear
that's
that people in Alaska,
that's
you don't
how
matter.
this election works. Because it's dumb. Literally, the Electoral College is the dumbest voting system in the world. Like, it just how can you get the popular vote in a state but still lose the Electoral College? It makes no sense. These are the things that happen. But segueing away from that, there are a few important things that happened during this election. Oregonians, people in Oregon, I learned that that's how you Oregonians, that is how you refer to them. I learned that today. They voted to become the first state to decriminalize hard drugs like heroin, cocaine, and meth. So, if you're a meth head, or a crackhead, or even a heroin head, go ahead and head out to Oregon. Sounds like they've got just what you need.
Okay, so there needs to be a clarification.
I was gonna get to it. I'm making a joke here. Obviously, I don't want people to use drugs and stuff. But what this actually means is you will not be criminally charged when found with these drugs. Instead, they're replacing it with a $100 fine, which can be waived away if the person goes through addiction recovery centers. So they're basically just trying to keep people out of jail and giving them a better option than just, making a bad choice and not getting any help of it and, not bettering themselves.
That's actually, I don't think that's a bad idea, personally.
It's what Amsterdam does,
Exactly, yeah.
and it's worked for them. So I don't see why it wouldn't work for
Yeah,
us.
and just I don't know. I feel like if you decriminalize all the drugs, there won't be as much crime because I don't know. I just from what I keep hearing and stuff
Using my criminal justice history,
mhm.
yes, drugs make up a large portion of crime, and generally it's non-victim crime, but it's what they consider a non-victim crime, where the only person being harmed is the person using. However, obviously there's more to drugs than just using. Gang violence and
Oh, yeah.
that has that there are victims there. Specifically about drugs, if it's just about using and having, which is generally what it is, that you don't get charged for using drugs, you get charged for having drugs. But there is a large portion of jail and prison population, drug users and people who have been caught with drugs, which really sucks for the 3 strikes policy. I don't know if you guys know about that.
Mhm.
So for anyone that doesn't know about three strikes, basically, if you go into jail, if you get caught with, let's say, marijuana, and you get a ticket, a charge, not really a ticket, it'd be a charge for having possession of marijuana. No big deal. You get a slap on the wrist, throw you in jail for a few days, takes you right back out. Or if you pay a bond or a bail or community service, something like that, no big deal. Second time, same thing. You can get caught with a little bit of marijuana, get slapped with a charge. It's a misdemeanor, what it's called. And they send you on your way. Third time, if you get hit for 3 times, no matter the amount of marijuana, obviously in some states, other states they've legalized it like New York now.
Really?
Way to ruin my next segment. Thanks.
Oh, sorry, buddy. Preview. But if you get caught with it for a third time, it instantly becomes a felony,
Oh, okay.
and you can get sent to prison. Which is really rough for people who. It's how people end up getting into the prison system just through drugs, and it's a minimum sentence. Which anyway, back to you, Hunter.
So as Sean kind of teased there a little bit, in other drug news, Arizona, New Jersey, South Dakota, and Montana all passed legislation Tuesday permitting the possession of marijuana by adults. That's now 15 states that have legal marijuana. So we're almost halfway there, kind of, sort of, a little bit.
Indiana.
Are you guys in support of?
Yeah, I mean it's from what I glean off it is it's so much better than alcohol or opioids or any other.
I can see it.
I don't even want to call those narcotics, but anything that kind of alters your mental state or whatever,
Right.
you know. No one's died from marijuana ever. There's never been an overdose of marijuana. That's not what happens. What happens is other things. It's never the marijuana that actually kills people. And I just feel like you're gonna eat a bunch and then go to sleep. Better than driving your car and crashing it and raping somebody because you're fucking drunk. And
Do you feel like people should still be charged with driving under the influence of substance?
see, I was actually speaking with my father today about this. It is a very gray area because since weed lasts in your system for so long, you could have not smoked for 3 days, get pulled over, and they test you, and you still fail, and then what? Because technically you weren't under the influence at the time. You just still have it in your system. So where's the
gray area?
exactly? How do you
How fresh is it? We need to come up with a better system
exactly?
to
Because
check how
there's
fresh
just
it is.
how are you supposed to know? I just don't understand
That's
it,
fair.
which stinks because I think a lot of people have gone to jail for possession of marijuana, and now that it's all legal and
It's like, what's the point?
exactly, and people are still sitting in jail because of this shit.
And they will.
Exactly.
So
I mean,
that's something that people don't understand. Even though these drugs are being legalized, does not mean that the people that are in jail or in prison will be just let out.
well, if
It will
they
not happen.
decriminalize it
They will
federally,
not. They will not, even if it gets decriminalized federally, simply because at the time of their actions, when they were placed in prison, that was an illegal substance.
yeah, it still just seems wrong
Damn,
though,
that sucks.
considering the whole worldview has changed.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I think they should be let out. However, again, coming from my criminal justice background, I took almost 2 years of criminal justice classes. Absolutely not. They will stay in prison or in jail, wherever they will, and they will still have fines. They will still have sentences. All of that will still, if you are in the middle of a trial that you got charged with marijuana and it gets decriminalized, you will still get charged with possession of marijuana.
It just seems like you'd be able to throw the case out because it's no longer a Schedule 1 drug or whatever it is.
Right, but you still broke the law.
Mm.
And that's where they have to come from is, should we let you off because you, like, how is it fair? How is this guy that just started doing it, now that it's decriminalized, how does he's like, he waited his time, he voted, he did exactly what he should have done.
Okay, but did he really? How do you know? He just didn't get caught.
That's fair. But at the same time, that's how they have to look at it is, well, he waited, he did the right thing, he did the right United States citizen thing, and you didn't wait, you didn't do the time, so now you committed a crime. At some point, you committed a crime, and you need to be responsible for that.
No,
No,
I say no.
I can see both.
I
sides.
100%. So personally, I think that because of how overpopulated our prison system is anyway, especially in the COVID-19 age, which no one talks about, these people are getting split up.
Yeah.
Prisoners aren't getting split up, just period. They can still contract the virus. Now it's less likely because they're stuck. But if a guard brings it in, guess what? The entire prison's probably gonna get it. They're already overpopulated. The prison system's overpopulated,
Yeah.
and there's no way to fix it.
Well,
So I mean, they just need to if they're gonna decriminalize drugs like in Oregon, then they should let people out. That's my opinion. However, knowing the United States justice system, that's not gonna happen because that's money,
yeah.
which is what it comes down to. Prisoners are money.
Yeah.
It costs tax dollars, but they also get money.
You're not wrong. And that's, why everything sucks and we hate talking about the news because it's never any good news. Never good news. And that really ends my news segment. I just want to say, looks like it's a good day for all those druggies in the United States.
Yeah.
Probably going to help you take your mind off the madness of 2020. So go light up a doobie if you live in Arizona, New Jersey, South Dakota, or Montana. Make sure
Light
to
up
spark
a
it up.
doobie.
Hell yeah.
Oh
Roll a
my
blunt.
God.
So wait, you're wearing a beanie and you're saying light up a doobie? Is there something we need to know about you, Hunter?
I smoke weed.
I used to.
Marijuana's good.
Not once in my life.
Good. It gives me anxiety.
What?
Yeah, well, because like there's
It
a
gives
I'm not,
crazy people anxiety.
yeah. So actually, no, I used to use it for my anxiety and like other stuff that would happen because like you know how like during newscast I'm like this. Whenever I'd smoke it, I'd just sit there like I'd start like
Pause.
yeah.
You're like, what?
Cause like so like like during newscast I'm just like kind of like jittery and just stuff like that.
And stuff like that? Yeah, sure, go
so
ahead.
like and then
Jittery is a better word than this, so...
then yeah, 'cause, like
remember, this is an audio-friendly podcast.
I know I keep forgetting. And then so like I remember I shouldn't be saying this. I'm going to my freshman year. I was having a really bad panic attack, and my friend was like, "Hey, like, you want to get this?" And I was like, "What is it?" And he was like, "Just try it." And I did. And I sat there and like I cried at everything. It was so funny, but everything tasted like 10 times better. And then
So what you're saying is that all the DARE programs saying that, people will be offering you free drugs, that actually happened to you?
Oh, yeah. Totally.
fuck the dare.
It happens a
system,
lot
like,
more for women, I'll just say, as a male
Oh, yeah, it
drug
didn't happen
user.
to me at all.
Yeah, no, I don't.
The
You gotta be
dare
hot
like
and have tits, I guess. I don't know. Can't relate.
the dare system
not
itself
true,
makes me
Hunter.
want to do drugs. I'm gonna be honest. Like if you like throw up like a lion, whatever, just saying, "Oh, you don't do drugs," you make me want to do drugs. That's just
Why?
because like
Kenna lives in the world where if you tell her no, that means yes.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
she's a hipster.
Yeah. See, now you're catching on.
Got it.
but I will not go to jail for drugs. Don't come after me, FBI. It's all right.
They
Okay.
can't prove anything.
No, that is true. I've been,
Statute of limitations. I
I
think
haven't
you're
smoked
okay.
in like 4 years, so
Hint, hint.
Literally, so that's what I don't understand. Like, some people are like, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. Like, they can't prove anything. This could all be a bit. At no
Ba-dum.
point can they prove that we actually did these things. They can try and use this in a court of law, but we're not under oath. This could be a bit.
Yeah, definitely don't go check out Vandenberg dormitory room. What's your room number, Kenna?
Don't. No.
Aw,
Okay,
dang.
that does cross a line.
Oh, there it is. That's the line that's crossed. Okay.
We don't want to explain where
Heard.
people live and.
Yeah.
I mean, I really don't care. You can find dorm number.
I live
but
in
I'm also a woman,
Clark
and
Hall.
people would see me as like valuable human trafficking person, and
yeah.
I don't want to get trafficked.
So they're gonna sneak into Vandy.
They probably will.
They're gonna
like,
sneak into Vandy to come kidnap you.
They probably will,
specifically.
because like some people are fucking crazy like that.
Isn't Vandenberg like all female
Yes. So half the dorm would be like kidnapped.
Yeah, that's what happens.
in one night?
Yep, just all kidnapped, gone.
Speaking of that, I remember one time, and just in high school, I wanted to go on the dark web because I'm still fascinated by it. I just like all like the shit behind
that
it.
illegal?
You know? Technically, no.
Oh.
You can no.
I
'cause-
actually didn't know that one.
I think she's wrong.
No, like it's actually not illegal. You can go on it and just buy stuff on it. But
Like illegal things.
like you know, like illegal
Oh.
things, but like I know some people that like buy like guns off it.
That's illegal.
That's illegal.
Is it illegal to buy?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh.
The ATF is coming to knock on your door.
I didn't buy any. I didn't buy.
Knock
I
on her
know
door
people.
at. Oh, I thought I'd get her address. Nope. Maybe next time.
Yeah, you
One of
would.
these times.
But Because I remember I told my friend, I said, I really want to go in the dark web because like it just fascinates me. I want to see like all the conspiracy theories and stuff. And he was like, no, because if they were to find out that you were a woman, they can come and they would hurt you like a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm good with it. The dark web itself, though, is not illegal. It does offer a lot of illegal. So she's right.
Boom.
The dark web is not illegal.
Yeah, but it is illegal things on it.
100%.
But you can still access it and not get in trouble.
Sounds like something
So
the FBI
basically-
wants you to think.
Basically, you want to go on there and watch people die.
No.
If you want to do that, just go to iFunny Collective.
True.
Wait,
Wow.
100%.
Oh,
What a reference.
you can go on Twitter and do that.
I'm on iFunny too. Part of the ship, part of the crew. Although, you know, you're actually not supposed to say the name iFunny anymore. It got banned.
What?
As an iFunny user, you're not supposed to use it anymore because then other people will find out what app we use, and then we'll get more people in it. No, we want part of the ship, part of the crew.
Gotcha.
We're done.
Got it.
But just
I've
it's
been on
the
iFunny
app,
since
the forbidden
2016.
app.
It's the forbidden app.
The forbidden app.
I have heard that one, but
Is it
I
banned?
didn't know
No.
we were supposed to.
We
No.
just call it the forbidden app so that way no one else gets it.
Yeah.
So disregard
Part of the
everything we
ship, part
said
of the crew.
earlier about what the name of the app is.
I used to be a part of it
Nope, no one
Not anymore.
in 2014.
And be part of the ship, part of the crew if you're not in it.
I
Oh, yeah,
love
but-
that we started using that saying though.
Honestly,
It's
Only-
great.
yeah.
Only old men
Pirates of the
use
Caribbean.
iFunny. I get my memes
Hey,
from Twitter.
hey. That's the forbidden app to you.
Yeah. Say it with
Oh,
say it
sorry.
with some respect.
iFunny.
Put some respect on its name.
No, I don't think I will.
Good job, Kenna.
I was an OG user back in the day.
All right. Well, I don't have anything else.
I'm good.
You guys got anything else to say?
No,
Damn right.
Hey, I actually do. Make sure to follow us on social media. I know we plugged it earlier, but go ahead and follow us on social media. And that's at Twitter it's at dumb and young, dumb and underscore young, and then on Instagram it's young, dumb and confused. Obviously, if you're watching this on YouTube, you're on the site right now, so make sure you subscribe and like the video. If you're watching it, we may end up putting this on Spotify.
We're working on it. It's in the works. We're just trying to work out some kinks first
So-
and get it, you know,
so
actually.
If you're watching it on Spotify, we're also on YouTube. Go check us out, Young, Dumb, and Confused
Yeah.
on YouTube.
Oh.
Yeah. And then stick around after the
That's
after the
right.
show.
Special segment.
Yeah, we'll be
Sports
having a little bit
Corner.
about the Athletes Corner, where Hunter and Chris will be talking about the upcoming games / the games that happen Thursday.
Thursday Night Football. Yep. We'll be talking about Thursday Night Football and going into the weekend with all the NFL and college football games coming up.
Yep. So make sure you guys stick around. Hunter, break us out.
All right. Well, I mean, I was just going to be like, I'm Hunter.
Come on.
I'm kind of.
Hi.
Yo.
You are now tuned in to the Athletes Corner. I'm Hunter Van Houten, of course, and I've got my buddy Chris Brown here, of course, not the rapper.
Hello. Hi. How are you guys today?
Yeah, he's cool. You guys will like him. So, Athletes Corner. We're going to talk about a lot of sports. We're going to get at each other's throats because Chris is going to say something stupid, and I'm going to tell him how wrong he is. Or maybe I'll say something stupid. I don't know. It doesn't happen very often, though, because I'm the smart one.
Fair enough. So we're going to talk about Thursday Night Football a little bit.
Yes. So last night it was the Green Bay Packers versus the shell of the San Francisco 49ers. And yeah, I mean, they had nobody on their team. Everyone for the 49ers was gone, basically. Anyone that was in the Super Bowl that was on the offense, injured, not there anymore. But I mean, it basically turned out how we thought it would, right, Chris? It was 34-17 was the final score, I think?
It was a blowout until like the last 2-3 minutes of the fourth quarter. Really didn't get to see a lot of good football.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got to see a lot of good football from one side of the team.
That's not games you want to watch, though. You want to watch games that are close. Like blowout games get boring, and then you just end up drinking more.
Unless you're in fantasy and you have someone say like Devontae Adams, who gave you 30 points last night.
Fair enough.
What was his stats again? You wanna?
Adams, 10 receptions, 173 yards, 1 touchdown.
Numbers. Boys putting up stats. I mean, what else do you want? I mean, Aaron Rodgers, I think he was mad. I saw he shaved. I don't know if that gave him more power or not.
No, so what I saw was he's shaving because he's growing out his hair.
Really?
Yes, he said that on another podcast I was watching earlier today, that he's growing out his hair and he's keeping it short for the season because it's working.
I mean, if it's working, don't stop it, I guess. I mean, that does make sense. I mean, he's having quite the year, and Green Bay has gone through injuries and everything, but it seems like they're back at full strength with Aaron Jones back, too, because he's been gone the last 3 weeks, I think.
Aaron Rodgers has been putting up better numbers than both of his MVP years at this same point in both of the other seasons.
Which, I mean...
So the other contender would be that bad man,
Russell Wilson?
Russell Wilson. That's
You can't
his
even think of
name.
it. Good job. Yeah, Russell Wilson might get it this year. If you want to know a crazy stat about Russell Wilson, he has not received a single MVP vote ever. And if you got to think about it, that man has put the Seahawks on his back every single year. I mean, it's always been the Russell Wilson show.
It really has.
Which stinks. And this year they're finally letting him cook. Let Russell cook. That man is a chef Boyardee in the kitchen. Nobody can stop him. Which is great.
Yeah.
But anyways, San Francisco 49ers, they're going to be nobodies until they get at least somebody back in their offense, because you've lost 3 running backs, 3 wide receivers, your tight end, and your quarterback.
I'll say it now, they won't make playoffs.
No. Which stinks because, well, it makes the NFC West a little bit more clear cut, because you've got the 49ers, Rams, Cardinals, and Seahawks. You can't have all 4 of those teams going. Like, it's impossible.
Yeah. You got to have one person who's going to lose every
Exactly.
single
So
game.
now the 49ers are out, so that makes it a little bit more clear cut with Rams, Cardinals, Seahawks are probably going to make the playoffs now.
And I would even throw out something and just say Rams might not even make it, because I think Rams' schedule is a little bit harder coming up in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, but you got to look at Sean McVay and Jared Goff's been there. That was the great thing about him going to the Super Bowl when he was young. He's already done it. He's been through it all now. And I think he can only get better. I mean, last year kind of stunk for him, but he's been having quite the year. Okay, so this is the Rams' remaining schedule. They've got Seahawks, Buccaneers, 49ers, Cardinals, Patriots, Jets, and Seahawks, Cardinals again.
I heard 2 games that are
Definitely
automatic
wins.
wins.
49ers, Jets.
I was going to say Jets, Patriots.
You don't think they're going to be the 49ers?
I would say it's going to be a challenge, because how late is it in the season? Could they get their players back?
It's the 29th of November, so that's in 3 weeks. 4 weeks, so they got a bye week, right?
I think that if they get their players back, it'll be harder for the Rams to win that game, but Rams will win that game. But I'm saying 2 definites on.
Well, the 49ers did already beat them 24-16 back October 18th, but that was
They
when
had
added more people. They had Kittle still. Kittle no more. I think Kittle's gone the rest of the season, right?
I saw there was 2 different reports that saying either he'll be back in 2 weeks. Yeah, he'll be back in 2 weeks, or he'll be gone until if they make the playoffs.
Well, I still think if we're looking at this, they haven't played the Seahawks yet at all, so we don't even know what we can expect against that. But coming out of the bye week, they're going to be ready for the Seahawks, I think it'll be closer than people think. Buccaneers, I just want to see him beat Tom Brady, just because Tom Brady sucks. If you're listening to this, I hate you.
I mean, you can't say Tom Brady sucks. He's away from the Patriots.
Yeah, he's living his best life now, and
Living
it's not
his
fair.
best life, and
If he would throw to Mike Evans more, maybe I'd be a little bit happier with him, because I need Mike Evans to get catches.
I'll go ahead and talk about, if we're going to go ahead and transition to Tampa Bay, New Orleans. We'll go ahead and talk about that.
Yeah, well, first let's set it up a little bit. We're going to talk about some games we think are going to be the most exciting this week, or the most important coming out of Week 9. So, yeah, let's go ahead and talk about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the New Orleans Saints first. This is the rematch of Week 1, obviously. where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers lost, and Tom Brady threw a pick six, which everyone lost their minds about. And I really don't even know how this game's going to turn out.
I say Tampa Bay's got this one. I think if Drew Brees doesn't have Mike Thomas still coming up in this game, he has no shot.
Well, because Emmanuel Sanders is out too, I think. They're
He
down
might
even more.
yeah. But with Tom Brady now getting a third wide receiver with Antonio Brown being activated.
Is he going to play this game?
I've heard he's activated for this week. So, yeah, so it's not looking looking good for
the Saints.
the Saints.
Which I gotta say, more out of Tampa Bay is the defense. The defense is killer.
Number 2 in the league right now in fantasy points.
Which is
crazy.
Yes. Who would have thought that? But I mean, you got to look at their defensive line. They got Sue, Pierre-Paul still there. I mean,
well, they've got I can't remember his name. He played for the Lions, got traded to either traded or picked up from the Lions. A big defensive lineman who was
Ngatu?
No,
That guy?
no, it's another guy.
Huh. Well, another thing you got to look at with the Buccaneers is their running game. They seem to finally have just given it to Jones. Roland Jones? He says not Ronald.
Might be Ronald.
Well, Mr. Jones the
I would be
second.
mad if it wasn't.
He has, I guess, gotten the go-ahead to be like just their bell cow. He's really just been putting up numbers, which is good for him. Bad for anyone that's got Leonard Fournette out there, because everyone kind of figured it'd be the Leonard Fournette show, but he just doesn't seem to be the running back everyone thought he was. Got him?
Yeah. Well, he's on IR now, so it wasn't that guy. So they're even better than I thought they were. It was Vita Vea. He played from, I want to say Washington, but I'm not 100% sure where he played at. But yeah, if they're killing it without him, then the defense is just crazy.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. So we'll just have to see. I'm gonna guess it's gonna be a high-scoring game. I'm gonna say 36-32 Saints.
So I'm not gonna guess the score because I'm no good at that.
Boo.
Yeah, boo me. But I think that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to implode in 3 weeks.
Interesting.
Because personally, how Antonio Brown handles teams where he's going to demand the ball, that Tom Brady is going to feel pressure to throw him the ball, and then Mike Evans and Godwin are going to be like, hey, we want the ball too. So Brady's going to have 3 good wide receivers who are demanding ball, and it's just going to make the locker room a mess.
Well, it's kind of the Odell Beckham effect, because that's what happened in Cleveland too. Now that he's gone and out for the season, Baker Mayfield looks like a whole new quarterback. He doesn't have to worry about, oh, I gotta force it into Odell.
Did they get whooped last week though? Without him?
They looked better when he got hurt in the game he got hurt in. He had Baker Mayfield had 5 touchdowns after Beckham left.
Okay. I swear that they only scored once in that game.
I'm probably talking about the week before when he
Yeah.
got hurt. I don't know about last week. I don't pay attention to last week.
I think it
Browns
was like 6 or 7 points.
But it is still true that Baker Mayfield was having to force it to Odell Beckham. Now he doesn't have to do that. Granted, I guess I didn't look that good last week. It happens. But I think this is kind of like the first time Tom Brady's had this many good options to throw to, except for maybe when Randy Moss was there at the Patriots. Because, I mean, otherwise it's always just been James White, Gronk, and Edelman.
And whoever else they've kind
of... And then it's just some scrubs and stuff that play well because everyone's playing defense on the other ones. So we'll just have to wait and see how Mr. Brady does. But, so you're saying Tampa Bay wins against the Saints?
Yeah, Tampa Bay will win. But I'm just saying it's a matter of time before the locker room loses itself and just...
Okay. Well, let's talk about the Seahawks and Bills now. So this is going to be another important game because this is should be 5-2 against 5-2, I believe. Let me just go ahead and make sure here. What do you got out of this game?
Seahawks will win, but it's going to be close. It's going to be down to the wire. It's probably going to be one of those field goals with 3 seconds left, and it's going to barely make it type of games.
Every game the Seahawks have been in, I feel like it's just been a really crazy, weird game, and it comes down to the last play. And I was wrong. It's actually 6-1 Seahawks against 6-2 Bills. So still both playoff bound teams. Very pivotal game, I think, because if you're the Bills going to 6-3, it's only gonna hurt your momentum. They've been losing games left and right lately since they started out 5-0, or I think it was 4-0. So just have to wait and see if they can bounce back from the slump they seem to be in. And Seahawks are coming off a bye, I believe.
Seahawks, no. They
played
played last week against. Who did they play?
I was fairly certain they had a.
No, because I had them in my fantasy.
Well, here I am again, not knowing nothing.
49ers beat them by 10.
I think Josh Allen is due for a bounce back game. I don't think the Seahawks defense is as good as it has been. They seem to give up quite a few points every game. So I don't think the Seahawks will be able to stand up against the Bills offense, and I think the Bills defense will put a little hamper on Russell Wilson. I think he could get a couple sacks, and I think
the sacks are more covering wise.
More sacks. They have a better defensive line than they do secondary, but I still think they're going to get pressure on him enough to where he's going to make some bad throws and make some mistakes. And that's really all you can hope for when you play Russell Wilson because, I mean, he's a magician. Literally a magician.
And just hope that their top 2 wide receivers just don't have a good game at all. Because with Metcalf and Lockett, it's crazy how many yards that they can put up.
It's true. So I'm going to say 28-17 Bills. I think it's going to be a little bit of a shit pumping for the Seahawks.
I was going to say more of like a 24-20 Seahawks type of game.
They're normally pretty close. I just think the Bills are going to give it to them. We'll see what happens. I believe the game is at the Bills as well, so weather will be an issue, potentially. So we'll just have to wait and see how that all turns out, but I'm pretty excited about it. It should be a really good game.
I don't think weather's going to affect it. It's saying it's 71 right now at Orchard Park. So
that might be just a beautiful weekend for football out there, everyone. Disregard what I said. All right, so let's move on to the Ravens-Colts game now. This is, again, battle of some 5-2 teams. I'm right on this one. Baltimore Ravens are 5-2. Colts are 5-2. It will be at Indianapolis, so a dome game with potentially having the windows open if it's nice out.
This is again for me is going to be a close game. I hate to say this, but I think Baltimore is going to have the edge over the Colts. I feel like
even with all the people out, because they've got like 4 defensive players out with COVID.
I still feel like Baltimore is going to put up a fight, and I feel like it's going to be a close game. It could go either way, but I think Baltimore has the upper hand on it.
I think comparing the two teams, Baltimore has a better offense, but Colts have a better defense. They've got Leonard coming back. He's been back for a game now, I think. They've got some other people coming back from injuries, and I just think it's going to be nice to be back at full strength for defense. And I think we're getting Pittman Jr. back, wide receiver. I know T.Y. Hilton is injured now and not going to play, but he hasn't been doing anything anyway, so I'm really not too upset about that.
Pittman came back last week. I saw he got 1 catch.
So I don't know. Back in.
I don't know what you mean, but that's been the entire season.
Yeah.
As they don't throw to him as much, even if T.Y.'s been out. But from what I've seen news-wise, both Pittman and the guard Nelson have been out with possible COVID, and they're saying that they should be back in the building today, but I haven't seen anything about that yet. So there's a chance that
we're missing Quentin Nelson too, which is our star lineman. That's gonna hurt us because we need all the protection we can get with old Phillip Rivers in the backfield. I really hate Phillip.
He hasn't been doing okay. I can't say he hasn't been doing that bad. He has gotten us 5-2.
He has, but I think Jacoby Brissett could have done that or better. Every time Philip Rivers drops back, I damn near shit myself. Because it's going to be an interception. It's the fear of my life.
He's been getting better. He has been getting better. I think he had to just kind of figure out how the Colts play.
Yeah, I mean, I do get that it's a new team, but just, he wasn't any good last year. I don't know. It just didn't seem like it was going to be a good fit, and now I feel like we're kind of stuck with him.
I mean, he's thrown 6 interceptions in, what, 7 games, 8 games?
Yeah, that's almost an interception a game.
I mean,
That's bad. You don't want to average an interception a game.
I get that. But it could be worse. You could be the Eagles, who have like double digits right now with their starting quarterback. And
That's true.
I can also probably say the Jets too. And I'm not going to look up the stats, but you can go ahead and say any type of statistics for the Jets, and it'll automatically be true.
This is all. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. So, I hate to do this. I think you're right too. I think the Ravens are going to win this, which stinks because Indianapolis Colts fan here. But I feel like the Ravens are going to bounce back off of their loss last week against the Steelers, which was a close game. I mean, they almost had it there at the end. It just kind of is what it is. But I think they're going to come out of that, and just looking for revenge, basically. Doesn't look good for the Colts.
Yeah. But we'll
I'm thinking 32-21 Baltimore, I guess.
I'll go ahead and double on that. I feel like it's going to be a couple touchdowns above the Colts. The only way the Colts will win is if the defense picks off Jackson like 5 times and just keeps him out of the end zone.
All right, so let's move on to our last game that I want to talk about, the Dolphins-Cardinals. I think it's going to be a sneaky good game. Dolphins surprised everyone by beating the Rams last week with Tua starting, even though Tua, I mean, if you look at his stats, he only had like 98 yards passing and really didn't do much, but it was enough to win, which that's all you can really ask for. And it was the first start, so I mean, you kind of got to, praise him for that.
If Murray can find a way to be an actual quarterback, this will be a blowout. But if he struggles in the pocket like he does and just keeps running around, then I feel like Dolphins have a chance.
That's how Kyler Murray plays quarterback, though.
I'm saying, like, if he's going to be running around, the defense is going to eat him up.
Yeah. I just think the Dolphins have better defense than people give them. So I think the pressure they're going to put on Murray and the coverage they're going to have to put on Hopkins better be good. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think it's going to be below 20 for each team. I just don't think there's going to be much offense.
It is, yeah, makes sense.
But I still think it's going to be close as well. I think it's just going to come down to field goals and things like that. Because I don't think they're going to be able to punch it in.
In fantasy, if you have the Miami-Arizona kicker, put him in this week.
Better pick him off your waiver wire. It's hard for me to decide because I really, as a betting man, I want to take the Dolphins because they're going to make me the most money, and I just think that they're on a roll. And with that young team, everyone's together. They're the team with the least amount of people injured. They're basically full strength, which I think is
What's the record?
key. Should be 4-3. Let me look it up real quick.
Dolphins 4-3, Cardinals are 5-2.
So again, it's if the Dolphins win this game and go to 5-3, it puts them in playoff consideration potentially. Because I mean, if you're looking at that AFC East,
Yeah,
got nobody in it. Patriots aren't going to make calling that right now.
Patriots probably will, and then Cam Newton will be a free agent, and some team will pick him up as a backup.
Bears will get him. Bears need a quarterback.
You see, Trubisky went to the doctor, and they told him, you don't have anything wrong with you, just rehab your shoulder.
Yeah.
He was looking for a surgery, because I don't think he wants to play it the rest of the year.
No, he just sucks. I wouldn't want to play for Matt Nagy anymore either. Get the hell out of there. They're not a good matchup. Matt Nagy is not a good play caller.
Where would he go?
Jaguars.
Yeah, but they have.
Gardner Minshew, who
Yeah.
they already benched. Or maybe he got injured. He has a hand injury.
You can't throw a ball in a broken hand. I mean,
Maybe it was his offhand.
still.
Whatever. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens. I'm going to guess it's going to be like 17-14. I'm going to say Dolphins.
Yeah, it'll definitely be under 20. But I'm going to take Arizona on this one.
They've been surprising. I'm really happy that they're doing well this year because I
They
think
beat the
it's
Seahawks.
nice. Yeah, but the Seahawks don't have a good defense. We've been over that.
Yeah, but that was their only loss. Was because
Yes.
the
They
defense
went into overtime.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. Any other games you want to talk about?
Let's see here.
We'll, of course, be doing this segment every week. So we'll be updating you before Friday. So that way you guys just can know games coming up to look out for. And then we might do another segment during the week to kind of recap what happened.
Let's see here. Other blowouts, I'm thinking Kansas City's going to blow out the Panthers. Minnesota's going to probably blow out the Lions, but I've also heard that Lions starting quarterback
Stafford is on
Stafford could possibly be back for the game, but he'll not have practiced the entire week because apparently one of his tests was a false positive.
Again?
Yeah.
That happened to him in the offseason,
Yes.
too. And I think they, sued people about it because, he got all this shit about it.
Yeah, so there's a chance that he is going to start for Sunday's game, but he'll have no practice and no preparation for this game.
Yeah, but you got to think, being Matthew Stafford, this isn't anything new. I mean, you got to know what you're doing. You played the Vikings how many times? And during the week, it's not like he's just sitting on his butt. I'm sure he's looking at film and in the meetings and everything. He just can't participate on the field. But, I mean, if he can come back today or tomorrow and do some stuff on the field, I mean...
No, they were saying that he won't be able to. By the time he comes back, they've already gone on the plane and flown over there.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, I'd say just not even do it. What's the point?
What, start?
Yeah.
To play. I mean, it's what, Chase Daniels is their backup? You don't want Chase Daniels.
Best preseason quarterback ever.
It doesn't matter. You don't want Chase Daniels playing for your team if you can have your starting quarterback.
Well, if you're going to talk about him, you should say his name right. Chase Daniel. It's not Daniel.
Oh, I don't care.
Disrespectful.
Okay, and then if he's hearing this, he can come and talk to me about it. I'll take the S off if he, messaged me or something like that.
Again, this is Chris Brown, the rapper. Don't forget that, everyone.
That's anything else. Houston might blow out Jacksonville, but Houston has been a crapshoot.
That's the battle of 1 and 7.
Yeah, so that might be a blowout. The Las Vegas Raiders, San Diego Chargers game. That is going to be a close game. Those teams are pretty much the same team.
Well, the Chargers have lost. They've only lost their games by close.
Yeah, so
amounts. So I mean, they're always in it.
No surprise on this one. Pittsburgh is going to blow out the Dallas Cowboys because they are just a shit show. Also,
Wouldn't it be crazy if the Cowboys actually won that game?
if the Cowboys won that game, then Pittsburgh might as well just throw in the towel now.
Also, for all those betting people out there, if the Dallas Cowboys don't cover the spread again this week, they will be the first team to not cover the spread in 9 straight weeks. Never been done before. So, if you're a betting person, it can only go on for so long.
Also, a Cowboys
I'd say
win.
bet the spread.
Also, a Cowboys win is also on a super boost this week. So, Bucks minus 3.5, Cowboys plus 15.5, and Bears plus 7.5. It is plus 550. So that is a good thing if these teams can win.
You can put like $10 on that and make quite a bit of money.
Quite a bit of money.
So, I mean, it's almost like, why not? I hate the Cowboys, though, so I do hope they continue to lose. I just think it was dumb to hire Mike McCarthy. That was still such a dumb coach. Did you see he turned into the Clapper?
Did what?
So, the nickname for, who was the old head coach?
Oh, the Clapper.
Garrett. Jason Garrett. Yeah, Jason Garrett was always the Clapper because you would just see him on the sideline clapping, never coaching. And now it looks like Mr. McCarthy has also started clapping. So, good for them. Hope it works out. It won't. Trade Ezekiel Elliott. Shouldn't have paid him that money. That's how I feel.
They're gonna trade all those players away. They're gonna get rid of everybody and they're gonna restart.
I just feel bad for Dak Prescott. Such a good kid.
I want him out of Dallas.
Now that's a quarterback I wanted. Give me Dak Prescott.
Give me Dak Prescott.
Right? It'd be game over.
Dak Prescott 2021.
Yep. He can be my quarterback. Well, I think that's gonna do it for this segment. I hope you guys enjoyed. We will be back next week. I've been Hunter.
Oh, no, I'm Chris.
Have a good weekend.